Who would have thought these two would clash in lore? These two being Nikkeis who have openly stated they want that ring. Today we're asking a question that has plagued scholars. If you had to settle down and marry one of these Nikkeis, who's the better material for such a long-term contract? The Lethal Love Machine D or the wild card Arcana? I say it's time for a final showdown. Who would be the better wife? Let's find out. Starting with contestant D, or as she requested to be addressed, Diana. Diana is a lethal assassin from Lysion's highly classified Perilous Siege Squad, who went undercover to play the role of your housewife. Already off to a good start, eh? Oh, it scares you. Come on, man, toughen up. Okay, you're right, it should scare you. But love is about compromise. Diana goes even as far to dress lavishly to your tastes, and trains you persistently to play your part as a proper husband. Diana is fiercely protective and loyal, although we can talk about the extent of that loyalty later, and makes your safety her top priority, even using her vacation time to train you in case she can't cover for you. Some of those possessive tendencies are so intense they make yandere fanfics look like Dr. Seuss books. In her Bond episodes and voice lines, she makes it clear, if anyone even thinks about hurting you, she's gonna take care of them. We don't know exactly what her definition of hurt is. It could go as far as meaning as those that try to take you away from her. Do you want a bodyguard or a blood-splattered juicy wife carrying a murder axe? Because Diana says, why not both? In this housewife mode, she comes off as surprisingly domestic, offering many times to make a meal or brew tea for you as part of their roleplay. In fact, it seems she enjoys cooking for you, although the food may have slightly questionable origins. Don't ask about it. Not like we're marrying Hannibal, right? Diana prefers affectionately addressing you as honey, or anata in Japanese, which alone is enough for most dudes to burst into flames of passion. Want a wife who's honest about her hobbies? Diana will straight up tell you that she's watching you sleep because she can't bear to be apart. Transparency is important in a relationship. She's always ready to spend time together. Her concept of romance is being permanently glued to your side. You will never spend a moment alone again. Not on the battlefield, not in your quarters, not in the bathroom. That last line sounded way more sexy in my head, but in reality that would be a nuisance. But nobody's perfect, not even the Grim Reaper. So let's weigh in some of her issues. She's as clingy as you have already guessed. She stalks your movements, calls you at all hours, answers you at all hours, unless something really bad happens, and would absolutely install a GPS tracking device if you let her. This behavior ties to her being highly jealous, which isn't a fun feature when you're with the counters, or other wives. Diana also specializes in killing. She kills people. She does it in the name of justice and under the orders of her superiors, so it's not like she's a murderer. But it would be a difficult conversation with your future children when they ask why she's covered in blood in the middle of the night. Of course, that implies the Womb Force 6900 was released, which we are all counting on. Lastly, we talked about her loyalty. Her love for you is undyingly loyal, yes. But if you ever broke rules that her superiors deemed worthy of your death, then she would have no choice but to carry out her orders. Arguably, she would do anything to prevent that outcome, since we don't have concrete evidence of what she holds more dearly, justice or the love of her life. Quite a solemn topic, if you think about it. But you know what isn't solemn? Our opposing contestant, Arcana, the wife material menace with a voice like sugar, not that sugar, and secrets like a tax evader. Arcana is the extroverted archivist of the Ark's secret library, the Forbidden Library. While her official task is to manage the library, she actually oversees a top-secret archive. She's characterized as friendly, bubbly, and playful, and is a huge fan of you and the counters. Arcana openly admires your exploits on the surface and wants to record them. She's known for making subtle hints that she'd like to be more than just friends. In fact, she quips that being your girlfriend seems a little too basic. How about a wife? Showing her intense fantasies despite having severe memory loss. Wow, now that is some serious competition. Arcana has this whimsical, almost childlike curiosity and playfulness. Her in-game dialogue is full of mischief and joy. She loves puzzles, games, and teasing her commander. She's extremely nurturing, cheerful, and supportive, making you feel appreciated with bubbly compliments and flirty hints. Says your presence calms her and openly admits that she's happy you're there, frequently stating she's grateful, calling you her soulmate. Furthermore, Arcana loves to encourage you by planning fun dates, which includes moon gazing, tarot readings, and having baby-making practice on top of her table, all so you can spend more time together. She tends to share stories and listens without judgment, even when your storytelling skills are complete ass in comparison. Arcana's job requires daily memory loss, yet she confesses there's a certain someone who always seems to calm her down with his presence, that someone clearly being you. Despite thoroughly enjoying your presence, she values your space, popping in when you least expect it and vanishing just as mysteriously. You get alone time, but you'll always feel like she's around. I'm kidding, it's mostly because she can't leave the library unattended for very long. While she lacks combat ability, she's one of the few Nikkeis not built for fighting, her strengths lie in emotional support, optimism, and companionship. She listens to you recount missions, cooks up fun activities, stood up for you when you faced judgment against, well, and even braves leaving the library for you. She's nurturing in the sense of being a devoted partner, and she's very gentle by nature. So what are Arcana's downsides? Having to undergo memory loss as much as she has had is certainly something that isn't going to be pleasant in a long-term relationship, even with the upgrades to the system thanks to Missilus. Imagine years of this as her husband, constantly reintroducing her to things over and over. There will be a breaking point. As we've mentioned already, Arcana was solely designed to oversee the archive. This means she cannot leave the library for very long, or often. Otherwise, it would defeat the purpose of her existence. Eventually, you would have to install a bed in the archive itself if you're wanting daily intimacy from your wife. Finally, Arcana comes off as an idealist, someone who has fate determine her life, which could come off as a bit weird to some. Mix that with her scatterbrain personality, and you may find yourself in a conundrum. D is the consummate killer wife, 100% devoted to your safety and success. She's the kind of wife who would literally kill to protect her husband, trades bedtime stories for tactical drills, and will swoop in to quietly teach you how to hide a body. Her love and competence are unmatched. Arcana, on the other hand, is the caring, doting partner of your dreams. If your dream involves constant memory loss, she offers emotional support, gentle teasing, and messy rooms full of books and clothing. She can't defend you in direct combat, but she'll do what she can to cheer you on when you come home. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, the contestants are ready for you to cast your vote. Who will make the better wife? The high-stakes action romance D, or the whimsical caring Arcana? Oh, and would you look at that? The results are already in. The winner of the first edition of Wife Wars is